Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. If you have any confession that you want to share with us, please feel free to contact me on WhatsApp, or you can use the email address. So the following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to us by one of our dear sister. It reads like this. Good day, I am a 31-year-old female, and I was born and I was raised here in South Africa. I have so much to say, but I don't even know where to start. There was a time in my life when I was sent to the shop to go buy potatoes on a Sunday. I was 13 years old at the time when I went to go and buy. My neighbor then called me out and told me to come inside, for he wanted to send me to the shops. I figured it out not as a big deal because some elders used to send me to the shop anyways. When I got in, he asked me to sit on the bed and turned the music up. He then pushed me down and he muffled my mouth and he surprisingly tore my jean. It was one of those old jeans named Nikabokwe, so it had soft material. Well, he raped me. I told him that it was painful and he should stop. He then asked, where exactly is it painful? He then stopped and looked down on my private part and kissed it and asked me to get dressed. I had to hold my zip together because it was broken. He led me to the door and he kissed my forehead, saying, "Thank you, this is my heaven." I didn't even know what that meant. He treated me like I was his girlfriend, but he had just raped me. I painfully walked back home and lied to my mom, saying the potatoes were finished at the shop. I was afraid to say anything because I thought that I was going to be in trouble. Time went by and I started hearing voices and seeing things spiritually. By the time I was in grade 11, about to write my final exams, I got mentally ill and had to drop out of school. My mother sent me to the doctor and they could not find anything which was wrong with me. She then went to a church. This church, it was called Christ Embassy by Pastor Chris. They prayed over me for an hour and I finally got delivered. I was not delivered immediately. It took some time as I was recovering. When I got back to school the following year to repeat grade 11, I was told by a friend that my rapist had vomited something that looked like a black rock. That's when she said, "He's a Satanist." I was like, "A Satanist? What do you mean?" She responded and she said, "He works for the devil and his mission is to get girls into Satanism by sleeping with him. If he does not succeed, the person will run mad." I asked her, "How do you know all of these things?" She responded saying, "The guy's sister is a friend of his, so that is how she knows." I was shocked, but it kept moving. It answered a lot of the questions I had about why that day it happened and why did I change so much. I eventually passed grade 11 and went to matric. I passed my matric and furthered my studies, where I graduated and moved to Cape Town. I won't say where I am originally from because I don't want someone who knows me to realize that this is me. Life has been so difficult. The only blessing I would say is working and being able to find a job, even if it doesn't pay that well. I then found out something over the years. I got addicted to sex after my deliverance and kept on sleeping with different people. In the churches I've been invited to here in Cape Town, I was told that they pray on you so that you'll never conceive and you'll never be successful. You are supposed to be the curse breaker in your generation, but they say not you. I have heard this prophecy 3 times from different people. Who the hell is they, and what did I do to deserve this? Why me? These are the questions that I ask myself. The evil habit of sleeping with different men stopped only when I was 21 years old. That was when I told my mother that I got raped. She was so devastated and wanted me to press charges, and I told her that it has been years and I don't want to relive my past again. According to the prophecy, I have realized that indeed I am unable to get pregnant. Neither do I get my periods. I can go without them for 3 years, not getting my periods, and they randomly come out of the blue for only 3 days or 4 days, then stop. Even in relationships, no man stays by my side. It's like there is something that is wrong with me. In the beginning, you can tell that someone genuinely cares for me, but I don't know what happens after that. They just start acting weird. I have now been single for over 3 years, and I am not planning to be in a relationship because nothing is what it seems to be. I don't see the point of dating anymore. That was just a backstory of where I come from and some of the things that I have been through. Getting back to the real reason as to why I typed this confession, I have had strange dreams. The first one was me chasing a mouse. This dream repeated itself 3 times. After that, I was in debt. They say dreaming of a mouse means poverty, and this attacks your finances. I am so much in debt. I can't even pay most of my bills. The money that I get goes to debt, loan sharks, left, right, and center. I have thought of suicide, but I realized that I am scared to go to hell. I do believe there is a heaven and hell, and taking my own life is not God's will. I was raised in church and taught the word of God, which I repeat a number of times when I think of killing myself because of debt. I would repeat this. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, starting on verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and all things that exalt itself against the knowledge of God, bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. This verse keeps me sane because it declares that every thought should be brought to the obedience of God. Now, going back to my dreams, I've never been able to recover from this debt ever since those dreams. It's like hand to mouth. I can't even afford the little things like bread. My dreams have continued, and someone gives me money in the dream each and every time. I take this money home. My mother says, return that money, it is not clean. I end up not using the money, but the person continues to give me the money in my dream. I am so scared because I owe some people money that I really want to pay back, but I am unable to. Just recently, I also had a dream vomiting food. Every time I am being fed in the dream, I vomit out the food. The scary part was waking up and tasting the vomit of the food I threw up in my dream. That freaked me out because it's true what they say. What happens in your dream is happening in reality. This happened last week. I don't know who's chasing me and why. I've never offended anyone to the extent of not owning up to my wrongs or apologizing. I feel like I am losing my mind. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get out of this debt. When I listen to these stories of money rituals, it reminds me of a time that I almost fell into that trap, or should I say, I went to consult for money rituals, but God did not allow it to happen. That is a story for another day. Right now, I am at a crossroad, and I don't know what to do. I am not considering money rituals, but I'm thinking of resigning and just going back home because I am a slave to debt. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our sister right there. Please let us try to speak with her in the comment section. So I was asking for your support. If you are able to support a channel, I was thinking since she's saying that she is in a lot of debt and working alone, she won't be able to settle all the money that she owes because it's quite a lot. So I was thinking that maybe if she has her own YouTube channel, if she can try, maybe God might bless her with your support. Maybe she will be able to at least afford to buy food, because she's saying that all the money that she gets each and every month, it goes straight to the people that she is owing. So if you think that it is a good idea, please you can tell us in the comment section. Then we see what we can do, what kind of a channel she can start. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very hard and difficult, but maybe by God's grace she'll be able to make it on YouTube. Tell me what you think in the comment section